What's up, everybody? It's 4:20 p.m. It's December 23rd, 2025. It's the day before Christmas Eve. So it's Christmas Eve. It's Eve of Christmas Eve. You see that there? We're at Walton and Michigan Avenue. That corner, it's not leased. It's Christmas. There's a store across on Drake at the Drake Hotel that's not leased. We're next to the Louis Vuitton that was just smashed and grabbed down the street. Gucci was smashed and grabbed, I don't know, last year, a year and a half ago. So what I'm trying to show you here is this. There's a store right there that's not rented out, and it's Christmas. It doesn't even have a pop-up store, right? And we were just talking about the economy on my live feed, and I transitioned into this. Is that you can argue revenue, right? Back and forth. But in the end, when something's empty, it's not. It's in the way, right? It's actually a burden. That's the point I'm trying to make here, right? And look, it's a 52 degrees right now on my thing. It's kind of empty out here. See that there? It's the day before Christmas Eve. Look, we're driving south on Michigan Avenue now from Walton. There's nobody out here. Don't you see that there? You can say, oh, I see people walking, John. No, you don't see that. This is barely anything here. This isn't even rush hour foot traffic. When I grew up, and anybody that understands downtown Chicago or has been in downtown or Michigan Avenue or anywhere or State Street or any one of those streets, why don't you explain to people how downtown used to be when it was crowded, especially on the holidays. You couldn't walk on the sidewalks. The sidewalks were, what, 4 to 5 deep. There's no one here. You can see spaces here. You see that there? Now, I was talking about abandoned buildings. This next building, 840 North Michigan, that building is empty. The next one right here. That whole block is empty. I haven't been into the water tower place, which is across the street. But this place here, where we're coming up to here, 840 North Michigan, that's empty. The whole, all around is empty. It's closed right there. There's no stores in it. So that's what, the second store in 2 blocks that you've seen? That's all empty. You see that there? It's empty. See that there? And then you see there ain't that many people walking. I mean, it's what, 4:25? There's a lot of people, I don't know what they're doing. They're beeping their horns and doing whatever. So you see a couple of buildings empty. You'll see a couple of more empty here. See, there ain't that many people walking. You can see a lot of spaces here, right? See that there? There ain't that many people here. We're on Michigan Avenue. We're going northbound now. I mean, southbound. We're going southbound. I apologize. We're going southbound. There we go, right? We're at, I don't know where we're at here. What street is this? We're at Superior now. We're going southbound on Michigan Avenue. That's what we're doing. See, there ain't nobody in those stores. Don't you see that? Saks Fifth Avenue. Don't you see that? Look, there ain't nobody even going in and out of there's no one going in and out of that entrance. Don't you see that there? Look at the entrance there. See that entrance? There's no one. What'd you see? 2 people coming in and out? There's no one going into that store. Look. I'm going really slow. There's no one at the entrance of that Saks Fifth Avenue. There's no one there. 0. Look at all the empty spaces here. It's 50 degrees out. It's a beautiful day to be out here. Look, that store is empty. See that there? Whatever that was there? That whole store is empty. It's boarded up where that guy's standing right there. You see that there? What's that guy doing there? Maybe he's selling some drugs? What do you think? See, so that store was empty. Harry Potter store. Not even the Harry Potter store is packed today. You see that there? You see the Harry Potter store has a lot of people because of tourism. See all these stores? Look, there's no one walking here. Now there's a little bit more people walking up here. I don't know what is this, the Starbucks up here or something? See that? There's the people crowded here to get into that Starbucks over there. That's what they are, I guess, it looks like. There ain't that many people. There's a little bit more. You see that there? In the old days, the whole sidewalk was like that. But now you see the little spaces there. You see that there? So, when you do reporting and journalism, if you have a really good teacher, I had a great teacher, George Schmidt, the first thing you do is you learn how to count people, the crowds. Because he says the first thing narratives do, like people like Brandon Johnson's, even Donald Trump's, and all of those weirdos, they'll lie about a crowd, right? They'll lie about their support and they'll lie about that, right? Because Trump lied. He lied about his inauguration. It wasn't as much as other people, right? He said it was bigger than Obama's. It wasn't. So he's lied. That's a weirdo. A weirdo who lies about how big something is a weirdo. That's all I gotta say, man. It is what it is. So George Schmidt taught me that. He goes, the first thing you do, you gotta start getting a visual. You gotta get a conceptualization. There you go. There's another building abandoned right there. That one's abandoned right there. You're looking at it. That's plywood right there. That's not a door. It's plywood. Got that? And then you start going here, and then look, you see there's no people here again. There's no people by those stores there. You see that, right? That one's abandoned again. There's another building abandoned. That's another abandoned building right there, 540 Mag Mile. So there's multiple abandoned buildings, right? You see that there? So that's what I'm showing you right here. Again, and then I got cars beeping their horns in the middle of traffic, right? This is Christmas traffic. You need to be extremely careful. Look, I'm not being negative. I love my city. I'm showing you guys the lights. That's what I'm doing. But I'm also showing you what the reality here is, that there's a lot of abandoned buildings. And now you start looking at it here. There ain't that many people here again. See, there ain't that many people here. See that there? There is not that many. See, that guy's a maniac. See that guy going zigzagging into traffic? He's a dangerous person. They have a third world mentality. They don't have behavior mechanisms in their brains because their society doesn't have behavior mechanisms. They don't have standards. You kind of get it? That's the problem with third world people. That's why it's called the third world. You can say, that's good, it's bad, whatever, but they're the third world. There's a reason for it. They don't have water, they don't have health cares, and you can say, they live a lot better than us, they live a simple life. I don't think so, man. Nah, nope. The more advanced societies like Italy, Spain, Japan, right? Some parts of China are what? They live longer, man. So you need to look at some of that. See, there's nobody walking here. This is one of the main attractions right here. See that there? And we're going to go do some lights in a moment. Again, this is not being negative. This is being realistic, right? And when you're realistic, then you can figure out what you need to do, right? When you understand what's in front of you, then you can figure out what's the problem, right? Look at that nice little limo there, right? See that there? We can listen to a little bit of news, right?
Dan Ryan close to 40 out. 16.
See, these guys are going right into the green light right there. See that, those two?
Slowing you down outbound at 159 to 100.
There we go. So that's Michigan Avenue.
From the Metro Traffic Center, next report, 438.
See that? Usually this place is super packed here.
Right now we've got cloudy skies, 50 degrees.
I don't know why that tree is crooked there. That's weird. It's a strange thing where that tree is crooked. They didn't measure that one right. You see that there? I was looking at it yesterday in my pictures. The tree is not straight because it's too tall.
Can you get discounts and loves? Yeah.
It was a bad install there. They should have cut the top off or something. I don't know. But hey, it's a nice Christmas tree. And if you want, I want to end with these two, right? There's a Christmas tree across here. So there's a Christmas tree here and a Christmas tree there. Alrighty. We're going to keep moving. There you go. There's that Christmas tree. There's that Christmas tree.
4:30.
There we go. That one there? You got that one there.